Go.
Back in October of 2010, I was proceeding home from dropping some things off for work, and
Louder.
I needed to make a left-hand turn into the road where we lived, and there was a long line of traffic coming from the other direction. I looked in my rearview mirror, turned on my turn signals. There was nothing behind me, and I just sat there waiting for the traffic to get where I could make my left-hand turn. On my right was a lake, and on my left was all this traffic that I was waiting for. I looked in the rearview mirror again, and I saw a school bus coming around the turn, and I wasn't really concerned about that because school buses stop for everything. So
How far?
Oh, I don't know, really. How far back is that turn? How many yards? 200, something like that?
Okay.
Back quite a distance.
300 yards or so, 200 yards.
So I looked ahead to see if there was going to be a break in the traffic coming south, and there was none. So I looked back in the rearview mirror, and it was like, oh my God, he's going to hit me. He was very, very close to me at that point, and
How fast was he traveling?
he was going about 60 miles an hour. I looked to the right of me was the lake, to the left of me was this long line of traffic, and Rudy had always said, always keep your wheel straight if you're going to be in a rear end accident. So I just hung on, I put my foot on the brake as tight as I could, and I hung on to the steering wheel, and then there was this loud crash, and the next thing I knew, I was sitting there, and I'm thinking, my God, that's a school bus, there's children on that bus. So I jumped, I opened my car door to get out, and I turned around, and the whole back end of our car was like right in my face. I was trying to get my whole arms around that, like, oh my God, what is this? And some guy grabbed me and said, what are you doing? You could have a broken neck, you could have a broken back. They had me in this neck brace, put me back in the car. Somebody was holding my head. The ambulance came and took me off to the hospital, and I kept saying, but the children, and he said, I've already been there, they're okay. So I
So
said,
you had passed out until the medics came,
I
and
must have been passed out for a while.
and you're a trained nurse.
Yes, and I had glasses on, and I couldn't find my glasses. I was bleeding in my face. I couldn't find my phone. I couldn't find anything. And so I said, is there anyone here who has a phone? And somebody handed me their phone. I said, would you dial my husband? And I gave him his number. And I called and said, Rudy, I've been in an accident. It's down at the bottom of the hill. Can you come? And then I don't know how long. I was probably on this stretcher when you got there, Rudy. And I'm telling you what to get out of the car. Yeah.
You called me, and I had been mowing grass, and the neighbor was mowing his, and we got together and we just BSing a little bit, and I got the call, and I said, oh, Pat's in an accident. So I said, I don't have a vehicle. He said, no problem, Rudy. He said, I'll take you down, let's go. So we're about a mile, I guess, probably from the accident. There's like a little hill we came down over where I could see down where the intersection was. And she was pretty cool on the phone, so I thought maybe just a rear end bump or something, the car can't be moved. So I looked at the windshield and I saw this truck was sticking straight up where the back window should be. And I said, oh my God, my heart was racing. I think this is awful. And the closer we got to it, I was just panicking. I could see that there was people getting nosy around it. And it happened to be that the one guy said he was a fire chief.
Yeah.
He had been the lead car coming towards her. And I told him I was her husband, you know, and he said, well, they're going to do things with her that probably to put you to the ambulance, that little board or something.
Mm-hmm.
And you indicated you seemed to be okay at that point, so you weren't unconscious.
I couldn't find my glasses, and I said, my phone, I don't know where my phone is, my camera, all that stuff was, because we had been at New York and we were home and I was sending in a report that day. So everything was in the front of the car, and I couldn't find any of it. And so I'm saying, get this, get my purse, get my wallet, get, you know, all this stuff we had to have.
Sirens going off, fire departments and ambulances. And it was very frightening. The day after that, I went down with the tape measure, and from where the impact was from the bus, we had like a hitch in the back of that Volvo, and there was a gouge about 2 inches into the macadam. It went for about 2 feet gouge. So he was literally crawling up in the back of, he went over top of our trunk lid, or trunk floor. So both quarter panels were rammed right up to the back of our seat, basically. And I just could not believe she survived that crash. We got photos of that car.
What was it, 190 feet? And shoved me down the road?
191 feet with the tape measure. I measured where she stopped.
What did the insurance agent tell you?
Oh, when he looked at the car, he said, I've seen a lot of rear-end crashes, he said, and your wife survived in this car. He said this car was something else. It saved her life. It really did.
What kind of car was it?
97 Volvo, 850 turbo. So, got good metal in them.
Good metal.